What's up, guys? All right, so Operation Dread Factors right around the corner. So today we are going to be talking all about what you guys need to know to improve, rank up, and win your placement matches. Granted, there are no more placement matches, but everyone starts at Copper 5. So today we're going to break down the best ways to win more matches overall to get the rank that you deserve. And let's break it down. It's all going to be in one take, so I'm just going to have just a fluid discussion when we watch some clips of me pooping on some people. All right, so hidden MMR. So yeah, every time you win, you're going to win like about 120 elo, which is going to be more than one rank. And every time you lose, it's only going to be 8. But that's only your shown rank. Your hidden rank goes up and down with your hidden rank goes up and down with your shown rank. So why that's important is that, let's say I'm champion at Copper 5. I'm going to be playing against people against my hidden rank. Regardless of what rank they actually are right now, I'm playing people that are my hidden rank. So we are going to be playing champions all the way throughout, more than likely. So how is that fair if we're all Copper 5? Well, when I start to get to, like, let's say gold, plat, emerald, I'm still going to be winning a lot of elo because my hidden MMR is still very high. Because if I'm playing champion level players, if I lose a champion level players, my hidden MMR is not going to move too much. And if I beat them, then it's going to help me stay there. Let's say my hidden MMR ranks down to, let's say, diamond, but then I beat a champion level stack. My hidden MMR will take a massive boost. So now let's talk about a silver player. They're going to win about as much elo as I am at Copper 5, but when we start to get closer to like the bronze and silver range, their hidden MMR is going to be almost at their shown MMR, so they're going to start winning a lot less elo and losing a lot more elo. So everybody's going to be playing different opponents. The people that you are playing against is where your hidden MMR is at. So if you don't know what your hidden MMR is, look at the enemy team, see what ranks they're around, and that's going to be a ballpark of where your hidden MMR is currently at. So, now that that's over, how can you rank up easier? A lot of you are going to be solo queue, and solo queue is always going to be harder than having a full 5 stack, but I know how hard that is to get a full 5. When you are playing by yourself as solo, you need to still play off your teammates. Don't just crouch walk across the map by yourself and expect to win matches. You know, play at least in the general proximity of your teammates so you guys can play for refrags, play trades, do whatever you gotta do to win together. At the end of the day, you are only one person. The chance that you're going to ace every round is very, very, very low. So you need to play around your teammates, and you're going to see a lot more opportunities to win games and win matches when you're just around your teammates. When we talk about op selection, don't just pick just random things that make no sense. Try to pick what your team is missing. Like, let's say we have a bunch of roaming ops. I'm going to play more of an anchor op because obviously you're not going to be able to win if everybody's a roamer. Or let's say we have a bunch of anchors and I don't see that many people that plan on roaming. Well, I'm going to go more operators more like Ozzy Warden and kind of run around the map. Playing what you need is essential. Solo queue. Like, if I see on attack my team has an IQ, an Ash, Iana, etc., and no hard breach at all, I'll grab an ace because I know that's what we need to actually win the match. Solo is always going to be harder, but as long as you're doing the right things and playing the right way, I guarantee you it's not impossible. Raid 2.0 has made it easier than ever to get to high elo, even when you're solo, because when you lose, you are still winning quite a bit of elo. TikTok right there. Like, I solo queued on my alt to champion this season, and it only took me like 80 to 100 games. Yeah, I like to say that I am a champion level player, so it was, you know, whatever, but it isn't impossible to rank up high in rank 2.0. This is why the system is much better than rank 1.0, where it was just very frustrating. Now the L's aren't as frustrating, and the wins, I mean, when you win, you're going to feel like you actually deserve the rank that you're at after like about 100 or so games, you are going to feel like you are more so around where hitting MR is going to be. So when you're solo, just really try to keep a positive mental attitude the entire time. That is the biggest thing I can tell anybody when you start to get into ranked is not everything's going to go your way. Bad things are going to happen and it's going to be frustrating, but don't let it shock your mental, because a bad mental and bad vibes are 100% going to ensure that you are going to lose more games, if not the one that you're currently playing. You're going to keep losing games. If you focus on your L's and focus on the negativity, you're basically ensuring that more of it's going to happen. So focus on what you're doing right.
You guys are gonna like this.
And don't try to get too caught up in the negativity. Because yeah, like you'll sit down to see me on stream on Twitch, like I'm like playing and then like we're getting frustrated and whatever, but like I've played so much that like those kind of talks it doesn't shock my mental at all. I like to break down like what happened in the round in our stack. Like I like to break down where the missing piece, where the gap was that the enemy pushed through. I like to talk all about that because
I'm 42.
Let's go!
It's gonna happen again with people I play with, because we play with each other all the time. But when you are solo, you only do that to yourself. So every time you die, I want you to just say something in your head of what you could have done differently that round. Why didn't it work? I don't want to hear well, my team is bad. Yeah, sometimes your team's not going to be the best, but it's like playing poker. Your team is your team's your team. Like you can't do anything to change that hand, but you can change one thing, yourself. So when you're just break down your gameplay. If you're a really good player, then obviously you don't need to listen to this part, because you know you know it. But if you are trying to improve the game and rank up, don't worry about the rank as much at the start. Focus on improving every round, every game. Like take something. Okay, I died to this angle because I wasn't droning enough. I died to this angle because I should have been a little bit more aggressive, or I should have been more passive. There's so many things to learn. Siege, you're 8. Everybody's really good. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot of game knowledge and map awareness that you need to learn, and all that takes time. So, and if you rush it, you're just gonna get frustrated, and honestly, you're not going to be able to keep up. Now let's talk about the new season, Operation Dread Factor, and some of the new things that are changing. So, observation blockers, I don't see them being too strong in the current meta. I feel like not that many people are going to be droning as much as you'd think in ranked, in Dread Factor. So I don't think that they're going to be super valuable until late season. People start to slow it down a little bit more. Early season, people are going to just be playing aggressive and looking for firefights. They can get used in putting them into choke points where a lot of people might have cutoffs. Still going to be strong, but I see it not being as strong as, let's say, having impacts or a nitro. So Fenrir himself, I see as being a very strong operator early on, especially early on, because a lot of people aren't going to know where he's placing his traps, how to really counter him in a real way. And he has a good gun and speed, and honestly, he gathers a lot of intel for your team. Like, let's say on Oregon, well, we're defending the top site, I can put a mine on every single staircase, and then like in a couple other areas, like let's say attic, and as they get activated, I can just swap over to the mine and activate it or deactivate it, and I'm going to be able to gather that intel really fast. I'm like, okay, there's someone on the staircase. They just hit my mine. I can turn it off before they shoot it. So I definitely see Fenrir being a little bit more annoying early season, because it's going to be hard to really counter him fully. Massive counter to him was going to be Twitch and Brava. So driving your drone around and just taking those out. I wouldn't use like grenades or utility on his mines when they're in bulletproof form, because he has 5 of them and it's not worth a grenade. It's not worth Flora's cams unless you physically have to. I probably wouldn't try to use explosives on his mines. But all right, guys, that's all I can really think about on how to improve and rank up in Operation Dread Factor. Biggest takeaway though is just keep your mental up, keep a good vibe, and you will win more matches. When you do lose, understand why you lost. Don't just get mad and blame your teammates, and adapt. If something's not working, stop doing the same thing over and over, expecting it to work. That's called insanity. And if you feel like you are getting kind of chalked, don't be afraid to take a break. The season's not going anywhere. It's only the first day, or whenever you're watching this, but you have plenty of season left, 3 months, so don't feel like you need to rush it all at once. Get some games in, try your best, keep your mental up, and win. All right, guys. Be sure to subscribe, drop a comment, and leave a like down below for more. Appreciate you guys being here. Until next time.
I did that on purpose.